So hello everyone, and welcome to the third and last session of the fourth Gemvision Virtual Summit. I'm Oriol Collelldemont, the product director of Gemvision, and I oversee all our Gemvision products, so including MatrixGold and CounterSketch, along with everything involved in managing these innovative solutions. Today, sadly, is the last session of our virtual summit. So for anyone who has been assisting to all the different sessions, on Wednesday, we had Harold and Alison that they gave us an overview about our trade, and Alison gave us an overview to on a business case on these customers adapts to the new trends. Yesterday, also we had an amazing session about what is coming with AI. So we were glad to discover many things and to see what the future is bringing us. And today, to conclude the virtual summit, we thought that it would be a great opportunity to showcase the various jewelry styles from around the world. In Stuller and Gemvision, we are lucky to have many partners and to have a very big team working and looking for what are the trends in the jewelry world. So today we thought that would be a good idea to show all these designs that we see all over the world. So first, we will start with the trends that we have in South Asia, and then we will follow these ones with the ones that we can see in US. Presenting the styles from South Asia, we have Avinash Singh from India. Avinash is our instructor from Cascade, our dealer in India. He has an extensive experience designing in MatrixGold and has been teaching this software to the most prominent jewelry manufacturers around India. And let me tell you, there are a lot. So he has been working very hard with MatrixGold. So today, after presenting the trends, Avinash will show us also something that is very important today because everything is going digital. And what he will be showing us is how to prepare one model to get it ready for rendering. So then you have a nice picture to present either into your website or to your customers. So hello, Avinash, how are you today?
Hello, Oriol. It's been good, been nice.
Fantastic. All right, then following Avinash, we are fortunate to have here Katelyn Meche with us. Katelyn is the director of Bridal, leading the engagement, eternity, and anniversary and wedding band merchandising strategies. So as you can see, she has a lot in her plate. So we are lucky today to have her here. Because she's in all these different aspects from Bridal, she will be presenting the latest trends in the US market. And after her presentation, I will demonstrate what solutions do we offer in the Stuller to customize all these threads, right? So depending on what kind of user you are, Stuller offers different levels of customization, like CounterSketch, modify style. So we will try to put all this information, that is a lot, in these 60 minutes. All right, so I'm done with my introduction, and now I'm excited to see your presentations, Avinash and Katelyn. So Avinash, if you want to start first, please, and sharing your screen.
Sure. So I hope my screen is clear to everyone. So first of all, hello. My name is Avinash, and I am a MatrixGold instructor and head of CAD/CAM at Cascade Star. And it's an honor to be here at my first Gemvision Annual Summit. And I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to Gemvision team, especially Mr. Oriol, and for this incredible opportunity. And I'd also like to thank Cascade Star India for their support. So I've been using Gemvision products since my college days. And the first software I learned was Matrix. it was 6, I think. So it's amazing to see how far we have come today. And today I'm very excited to talk about emerging jewelry brands in Southern Asia and the USA. And we'll explore the latest trends and innovations that are shaping the jewelry industry in these regions. And uh, I'll not take much time. So let's dive into the world of jewelry trends. So let's begin with one of the prominent trends for 2024 is nature inspired. So nature inspired jewelry draws attention draws inspiration from elements found in natural world. And this includes motifs from flowers, leaves, trees, and sea life, animals, and insects. And these designs incorporate intricate details and textures that remind us of nature's beauty, aiming to evoke the feelings of serenity, beauty, harmony with the earth. And on the next slide, you will see some of the designs that embody this trend. So there is a ring you can see featuring a rough emerald stone set in a design resembling branches. And the following slide uh, is a 360-degree animation of this ring created using MatrixGold software. So the software allows for seamless animation creation, enhancing the presentation of our designs. Okay, moving on to next. So next you'll see a bamboo inspired collection featuring a pendant, ring, and hoop earrings. And each piece mimics the natural look of bamboo with a brush texture and strategically placed diamonds, creating an authentic representation of bamboo shoots. And the collection highlights how nature textures and forms can be elegantly translated into jewelry. And lastly, we have images of a ring with uneven sapphire stones and a split shank adorned with diamonds. This design is inspired by the natural formation of stones, adding a colorful and organic touch to the piece. And again, this piece is showcased through an animation created in the MatrixGold software.
Everything is very organic, right, Avinash? So far, what you have been showing me, the techniques that you must be using in MatrixGold needs to be very organic to create this kind of shapes.
Yes, absolutely. To further illustrate the impact of nature-inspired designs, I have included some images from the famous Met Gala 2024, where celebrities wore nature-themed jewelry, underscoring its popularity and I can say the timeless appeal. So let's explore another exciting trend for 2024, that is animal-inspired jewelry. And collections in this category draws inspiration from all kinds of flora, fauna, ranging from sea life to safari animals. And the design vary from realistic to stylized interpretations with craftsmanship highlighting textures and movements, bringing these creatures to life. And the pieces are not only aesthetically appealing, but also holds a cultural significance. So on the following slides, you will see a variety of animal-inspired designs. And first, we have a beautiful butterfly brooch adorned with diamond and cabochons of blue stones, sapphire or lapis in the wings. And the piece is a blend of elegance and intricate craftsmanship. And next, there is a bee inspired neck piece featuring a small charm that can be worn as a brooch, as a pendant, or as an element in a string of emeralds. So showcasing the versatility of a design. And we have then a pendant inspired by wings, symbolizing freedom with the central garnet stone and surrounded by an emerald halo. So this design reflects the symbolic and cultural significance of wings in Southern Asia. And again, I have also included images from Met Gala 2024 featuring some bee-inspired brooches, necklaces, and the famous Tiffany bird ring. And these pieces highlight the ongoing trend and cultural impact of animal-inspired jewelry. Then next, moving on, we have the minimalistic jewelry for 2024. So the minimalistic jewelry is characterized by simplicity, clean lines, understated elegance, and these versatile pieces are suitable for various outfits and occasions, including thin chain necklaces, simple bangles, bracelets, and sleek rings. The timeless aesthetic of minimalistic jewelry fits seamlessly into modern lifestyles. So on the next slide, you will find a selection of minimalistic pieces, including a ring with a twisted shank, showcasing a modern twist on a classical design. And additionally, there is a sleek ring adorned with multicolored stones, adding a subtle pop of color to the minimalist aesthetic. And finally, we have a typical Indian filigree styled bracelet, reminiscent of traditional Indian craftsmanship with its intricate and curved design. So moving on to next slide, we'll take a closer look at the animation included in this collection. Again, created using MatrixGold software. This multi-angled animation showcases the beauty and intricacy of a design in a dynamic and captivating way. And MatrixGold offers many advanced tools and capabilities that allow jewelry designers to unleash their creativity and enhance their workflow. From creating lifelike renders to designing complex animations and transitions, I can say MatrixGold empowers designers to bring their visions to life with unparalleled precision and realism. So next, we have a slide featuring minimalistic rings with textures and wavy shanks, demonstrating the versatility of minimalistic designs. Additionally, there is a sleek and simple bangle, perfect for adding a touch of elegance to any ensemble. And finally, on the last slide, we have marquee shape jewelry pieces, including Mobius strip rings and textured air rings. And these pieces offer a modern twist on classic shapes, showcasing a timeless appeal of minimalistic jewelry. So each of these slides offer a glimpse into the endless creativity and innovation within the world of minimalistic jewelry, where simplicity meets sophistication in every piece. And I think I am into the time limit, Oriol.
Perfect. So
Okay.
now I believe that you said that you will share the screen and show us how to do it in MatrixGold, right?
Yeah. So before I wrap up, I'd like to share a valuable tip for achieving lifelike renders into your jewelry designs, because while lighting, and materials play crucial roles, the foundation lies in preparation of the CAD file to mimic the actual product. It's not just about applying materials to manufacturable CAD file. It's about ensuring that every detail aligns with the real world product. So by incorporating this simple approach into your workflow, you can elevate your renderings to a new level of realism and authenticity. So I'll start demonstrating these tips practically.
Okay. And while you are preparing MatrixGold, Avinash, Katelyn, what do you think? Is this very different from the styles that you normally look on a Stuller?
Yeah, these are absolutely gorgeous and amazing. I think for sure we definitely see a little bit of the influence within our bridal assortment for sure. Kind of the different thing with bridal is these are pieces that women are wearing every single day. So they kind of have to fall within that, easy to wear every single day. So we definitely have a lot of translation of this type of trend influence, which he teed me up perfectly. I'm going to be talking a lot about kind of translating the influences and how really the large couture looks and kind of how they can be translated into your everyday bridal style. So Very, very
Okay.
gorgeous styles. I wish all of these were in my jewelry box right now.
Fantastic. And Avinash, just for your information, also in the chat, everyone is saying that very, very nice designs, that the renders looks fantastic. So good job.
Well, thank you so much. And I'll further move on with sharing my screen.
Yes, please. All right.
Okay.
Now we see MatrixGold.
So I'll just load a pre-model design.
Okay.
Okay. So here we see the model is ready for the rendering. But what I can see is from here, you can see the sharp edges and all the metals are, you can see it is still looking like a CAD file. So the one command which we can directly apply to this model before rendering is the GV mesh repair. So GV mesh repair is a very wonderful command, so that it converts all these poly surfaces into a single mesh surface. So it automatically eliminates many edges. So once I apply mesh repair command to this model, you can see the difference. And sometimes it takes a few minutes or a few seconds. And there we go. Okay. So I'll move this model a bit. So from here, you can see it has already smoothened the edges of the jewelry part, right? So it has done 50% job. Now you can see still here are some wrinkles, although it has nothing to do with the manufacturing part, but in rendering, you can see these kind of little wrinkles. So to fix them, there is a command called quad remesh. Okay. And I'll select the model and I'll apply quad remesh command and just run OK. So the quad remesh command is used to create a quad dominant mesh from an existing mesh or NURBS geometry. So this is a very useful for applications in rendering and animation and I can say finite element analysis, where quad meshes are often preferred due to their structured topology. So this command is highly useful for creating a clean and structured mesh that are easier to work with. So now here you can see the model is very, very clear. So just by applying these two commands, you can reach to this level. So now this piece you can see is mimicking the actual product, the actual finished piece. So once you apply materials to this kind of products, you will definitely achieve far, far better renderings, and this will, give you more lifelike look to your existing renders. So earlier, for this simple thing, I was using ZBrush and some other softwares, but now I'm so glad that already MatrixGold has all the features. So now you can see all the renders, all the animations I have created just by using this single software, like from scratch to finish, like from initial CAD designing to final product to rendering, animation, all the things I can do in MatrixGold software. So I think that's all from my side. And thank you, everyone, for joining me on this journey of creativity and innovation. And again, thank you very much, Oriol.
It's our pleasure, Avinash. You don't need to thank you. We need to thank you because many times, every time that you publish anything in the social media, you have been publishing many renders. Everyone is saying that they love the renders that you publish. And after all the sessions that we had on Wednesday and Thursday, we know that being able to create these nice pictures, to publish it in your website or send it or promote them in your social media is very, very important. So this trick that you have been showing us, I really believe that it's very, very important. And it's a little detail that can make a big difference. And what you were saying that once you finish the file, it's a CAD file. You were totally right. And sometimes the people may say, why this render looks much better than this one if they are pretty much the same? And the difference is the one that you were showing us. So thank you so much to present us the styles that we have in South Asia and also this trick, Avinash. We really appreciate it.
Yes, pleasure so much.
All right, Katelyn, now it's your turn. We know that you are always very, very busy, so thank you for take this time today to present us the styles that you work on a daily basis.
Of course. I'll go ahead and start sharing my screen.
Nice.
Again, Avinash, that was such amazing designs. So I'll go ahead and get started. As Oriol said, my name is Katelyn, and I am the bridal director here at Stuller. And Avinash, you teed me up so greatly. So I'm going to be talking kind of about how overall, you can kind of trend spot and kind of the different things that influence the trends within the American market. So to get started, we're going to go ahead and talk about the power of influence. So the summer of 2023, there was tons of things happening within the United States that really heavily influenced the American mass jewelry market. So we are going to start with kind of how celebrities influence consumers overall. As we know, the influence really starts with the designers and the amazing pieces that they're creating. But consumers in the United States are so heavily influenced by celebrities. So we'll go ahead and start with Queen Bee herself, Beyonce. So Beyonce had a Renaissance tour last summer, and we saw kind of a huge collaboration between Tiffany & Co. and Beyonce throughout the jewelry pieces that she wore of her tour. So she had this amazing heavy hardware look for one of her performances by Tiffany & Co. And then she also did this amazing chandelier style drop earrings and necklace, again by Tiffany & Co. She had a huge collaboration with them during her tour. And then we also saw, I'd say in the past, we're seeing more and more, of course, the surgence of the importance of custom. And we saw that throughout her tour as well with these custom Tiffany Renaissance earrings. So between personalization and customization, I know that's what we're all talking about today, but it's become such a huge thing. And then, of course, with Taylor Swift, she had her huge Eras tour that started last summer that's still going on. And we saw her kind of have the same stylistic, really heavy hardware pieces. She also had this amazing Versace necklace that she wore with kind of like a Greek key influence. So very large looks, of course, that we're seeing with this celebrity influence. And then we couldn't talk about Taylor Swift, of course, without talking about the friendship bracelet. So it doesn't really get more custom and personalized than this. She has kind of stormed America with the friendship bracelet look. And then, I never ever thought I'd be talking about the Super Bowl when it came to jewelry trends, but we really saw a ton of celebrities kind of show up to the Super Bowl in some very dramatic jewelry looks. So we saw Beyonce here. And then, of course, Taylor Swift, she was all decked out in tons of ruby, kind of complementing her famous statement red lip. But then we also saw her bring that customization out with that number 87 pendant, which of course is Travis Kelce's football number. But in addition, we also saw Blake Lively attend the Super Bowl decked out in almost $500,000 of Tiffany & Co. jewelry. And really, we continue to see that very heavy metal hardware look. And then kind of, of course, influence from celebrities has always happened at award shows and galas. So from Oscars to Golden Globes to the Met Gala, we see a ton of influence happen almost immediately within our products of kind of based on influence of what these celebrities are wearing. So a lot of this also translates to a lot of what Avinash talked about as far as like the nature inspired and kind of how things translate and influence. So we see Eva Longoria here with a really amazing kind of like bypass collar style with a really large pair. We saw Charlize Theron with just decked out. So that's kind of another thing we've been seeing of just more is more. Bracelets, necklace, stacking, layering. You know, you used to kind of choose your one statement piece, and I think that that's kind of going out the window these days, where more is really more. And then we see Victoria Monet kind of lending towards that nature inspired with this kind of snake bypass look. We have Jennifer Lawrence that had an 11-carat pendant right here, pear pendant. It's just amazing. And kind of that same pear influence we see here in Ariana Grande. You see Taylor Swift again on the red carpet with that red lip. But, you know, a lot of stacking, a lot of, she has that pear pendant as well. America Ferrera, we see with that really chunky metal styling, and even the men, of course, influencing the red carpet and decked out in jewelry as well. So we'll kind of talk about how to translate kind of what we're seeing within this culture drip and this heavy jewelry style on the red carpet, and kind of how that influences and translates into bridal specifically. Within bridal, we typically see trends last quite a bit longer. You know, this is hopefully pieces of jewelry that, you know, these consumers are wearing for a lifetime. So kind of the ways that we see the influence, you know, we talked about the heavy hardware looks and the heavy metal looks. So kind of within chunky metal, within bridal, we see this within kind of like a Bombay shank style, wider millimeter bands. And we've also kind of seen this resurgence of like a return of the 80s kind of retro thick bypass looks. And I'll get into some examples of all of these as well, but kind of the next influence we see from it is asymmetry. So we kind of translate that bypass, and that snake style is not so literal within bridal, but it still has tons of translations from cluster styles to two-stone styles, bypass, as well as kind of this offset solitaire that we've seen grow more and more as time goes. And then, of course, fancy shaped diamonds. You know, the American market has been heavily trend influenced by lab-grown diamonds, which has kind of let us take looks as bigger and bigger styles. So we've definitely seen fancy shaped diamonds surge with that from pear shapes, a lot of other fancy shaped side stones, as well as clusters there. And then, of course, something that's been trending probably for the last 3 years that has just gotten bigger and bigger is very detailed baskets underneath galleries of engagement rings specifically. So kind of hidden halo as well as overall hidden design. So we will go ahead and get started with kind of chunky metal and kind of some examples of those. So the numbers that you're seeing underneath the styles are the Stuller.com catalog series, but you'll also see the CounterSketch badge under certain styles, and those are going to be styles that you find within the CounterSketch library as well. So as you can see here, kind of an example of that Bombay shank style of really just kind of like a more rounded look is kind of how it's influenced in the bridal side, as well as just wider millimeter shanks within engagements, but as well as with wedding bands. So we've definitely seen larger looks for men as well, and kind of that, you know, 7 to 8 millimeter thickness of a wedding band trending as well. And then, of course, kind of that return of the 80s, kind of, you know, the beauty of working at a company that's been around for 50 plus years is that this style was actually created in the 80s. So 10876 is been around for a while, but it's been crazy to see in the past year how the units on this one has just gone out the door again. So we're able to kind of see styles and influence, you know, pick up that are very 80s inspired. Again, kind of that snake bypass look influence is just translated a little bit different here. So the next one we'll talk about is asymmetry. So when I'm talking about cluster, you know, you kind of get that same nature influence here as well. So you have kind of some leaf details, as well as some fancy stone shapes, kind of making that floral leafy look, as well as just overall clusters within diamond bands. Additionally, we have the two-stone looks, as well as kind of a bypass look. So here's kind of a mix of that two-stone bypass look, you know, kind of similar to that style that Avinash showed us, but kind of just in an everyday style that you can wear on your finger every single day. There is another bypass look, and then this is kind of that offset solitaire that I was talking about. So a very different kind of funky style that we've been seeing grow more and more. And then we'll get into fancy shape diamonds. So we've been seeing a ton of this on the red carpet. We saw kind of in the pictures I showed a ton of pairs on the red carpet. So we've definitely seen pair trending as a center stone shape, as well as really great for bands as well. So we've been seeing this in east to west styles as well as traditional orientations as well. Pair has also been really huge for us within 3 stone. So having the pair side stone as well as other fancy stone shapes. Here we have the trillion as well as the half moon. And then lastly, kind of that cluster style translating into fancy stone shapes as well. So you can see the marquise worked in here on this side cluster on this engagement ring. And then lastly, we'll kind of talk about detailed baskets. So I mentioned the hidden halo. This has been something that's been trending for us for quite some time, and we kind of see it trending in all different ways. So you can see 126462 is a little bit more of like a collar style, where 126214 is a little bit more of that traditional halo. But you also have that hidden element of the nature aspect there too. So a little bit of a hidden lotus leaf going on underneath that gallery as well. And then of course a hidden halo with the accented prongs as well. So very interesting styles there. But the hidden elements are also not just diamond accented. So we kind of see some different elements trending as well. We have the infinity bow that has done well for us for quite some time, as well as just kind of taking a classic. So this is just a classic anniversary band with a little bit of that heart motif hidden in the gallery. This is a fairly new style that really took off for us immediately. So definitely a ton of hidden halo and hidden designs kind of allow for your core styles to have a little bit of extra flair. So that's kind of how the total translation of influence kind of has been going for bridal, and how we're able to kind of take those larger couture looks and make them work for everyday styles. And that's all I have for you.
Yes, it was fast, Katelyn, but honestly, there is a lot. So this shows the amount of work that a Stuller puts on their designs, right? So you are heading this team that it's looking for these trends, and it's super important, because then I like to think like what you create is the core of what Stuller CounterSketch will be selling to all over the world, right? So I admire always the job that this team does, because it's not easy to find these styles that then the people will look for in every store. Is a crucial part of a Stuller. So thank you for this. And look, what I really like from what you have been telling us is that now this gives me the hand to explain a bit what do we do in Stuller, right? Because we have thousands of customers, and every customer has a different need. So we have this model, but as you were saying, and with the previous sessions from this virtual summit, we have seen customization is huge. Customization is huge, and every customer wants their little detail in their piece of jewelry. So I always like to explain that back in the days, we were just talking about the software or at Stuller.com, but everything is connected. From the moment that your team releases one of these styles, we offer different options to customize these styles. You can either go with directly what you were showing, that was these styles that your team has created, and get it from Stuller.com, or then you can start to modify it and customize it depending on how far you want to go. We have different options, like in Stuller.com, we have add the accent stones on off. So this is a new thing that we have in Stuller.com. Then we have also the modify style. That is something that it's crazy in CAD/CAM, how much it's growing. And then we have CounterSketch that you can go a bit further. Then if you want to go totally outside of what we have been presenting here, then we have what Avinash was showing us, that then the creativity there is totally free and you can create anything. So when you think about these 3-4 different levels of customization that I have been talking, it's a lot that we offer, because as I said, we have thousands of customers, and every customer has different needs. So just let me share my screen very quick.
Yeah, I think that's
And
definitely the beauty of this for sure is that, with the catalog that Stuller has, plus the abilities that we have within the customization software, the options truly are endless.
and still there is always someone who's saying, but I need this. And this is the right. So because we have, and this is the beauty, and to get this feedback, so then we can put it in our catalog. So this is CounterSketch. Many people already knows what CounterSketch is. This is the software. So we have in Gemvision, we have MatrixGold that Avinash was demoing, and then we have CounterSketch. CounterSketch is based on a library from all the trends that Katelyn teams comes out with. We get some of these designs, not all of them, because there are many, and then we put them in CounterSketch. The options that CounterSketch offers you is that you can modify these styles very, very easily. As you can see, there are thousands of designs. I believe that now we are around 4,000, putting also the freehand parts in this number. But because this may be overwhelming, you can also start to filter depending on what you are looking for. If you just want files that can go on a marquise, with the marquise, you can select and filter for all the files that needs to go with the marquise. Now look, it's taking a bit because, as I said, there are thousands of files. Now, even we see these files with different stone shapes, these, once we open them up, we will be able to make any modification to them with a marquise center stone. We also have styles. Just say that you want something more glamorous. I will go on glamorous. And now, again, I will select all the files that before we add them in CounterSketch, we tag them as glamorous. So now, as you can see, all the files that you can see on the screen are more with more stones, so they are more glamorous. Now I could select any of those, so I can select this one and start designing. As you can see, I already have the marquise selected, so I should get the file with the marquise. This tool, CounterSketch, is a tool that we can see from our statistics that it's helping a lot on the sales floor. So once you are side by side with your customer, talking to your customer, you can design beside your customer, and your customer will love it. They want to be part of they want to be the designer too, right? So you can help them, and you can start to move the file in front of them. But they may say, "Look, I like this style, but the stone I need to be smaller," right? So you can go, here is where we have the size of the stone. The only thing that I need to do is just move it to whatever size I want, and everything adapts by itself. Now, if this would be done with MatrixGold, as Avinash was saying, it would take a lot more of time. You can not do this with MatrixGold in front of your customer because the customer would get bored, just watching you playing with curves and all the steps that you need to do with MatrixGold. This is why with CounterSketch, it's much easier to be in front of the customer. And again, you can go with advanced customization options. And from here, now we will be able to deal with every part of this ring. So if I want the accent gems in this ring, I can click here. And now you will see all the accent gems. Now, if I want to play with these accent gems, I can go to the chunk, and here I should have the stones, right? So here I have all the accent gems that we have in this ring. If we want to make the profile top width bigger, we can keep playing with all the sliders that we have. And this is the beauty of this software. It's not something that you need to learn and understand all the logic behind the program as you have with MatrixGold. I always like to say that with CounterSketch, you can play with it, right? And this is the beauty of this software. So many options. I would recommend to anyone to ask for a trial and start to play with it, because you would be able to see how easy it is to play with all the different options that we have. Now, this is the prong shape of the setting center. Let me just zoom in. If I choose this one, you will see how this change on this new shape. Very, very easy. Now, Katelyn was showing us different styles. Something that you can do is also go and just look for the style from here. I have the number just here, and the one that I was looking for is the 124. 131. So this is one of the styles that Katelyn was showing us. So now I can select this one and I can start to design. I don't want to save this one. And I will start to design with the one that Katelyn was talking. So first I showed you how to make a filter from all the styles that we have. And then, as you can see, this is the one that one of the ones that Katelyn was talking about with the hidden halo. And again, look all the different options that we have and that we can change. Again, if we wouldn't like to have the accent gems, we could just remove them from here. And if we would like to have them just say with an emerald cut, we just need to select the emerald cut and straight away we will get it in a emerald cut. All right. Katelyn also was talking about the hidden objects, right? So this is something that is very, very trendy. Let me introduce you the freehand parts. So the freehand parts is another library of static parts that you can just rotate. There are some that you can add some stones and modify the stones, add or remove stones. But this is amazing because it's like a kid's game, right? You just need to get to one of these parts, start designing, and this will be added now in our viewport. And from here, we can start to play with this part. We can add it, just scaling it, making it bigger or smaller, and moving it. We can add it on any part of this design. So now this is too big, and now Katelyn probably will tell me, Oriol, what are you doing? Because she's the one that understands the designs, and probably I'm not. So sorry for that, Katelyn, but you can do something as easy as this, right? So this would be a hidden object that we would add in this place. Katelyn, if you need to criticize me, you can do it. You are allowed to do that.
I love it.
So now I can just, from this ball, I can even look, what I can do. It's amazing the freedom that you have with these parts. And now if I want it on the other side, I just need to do the opposite and I will get it on the other side. So we added one, just imagine that you are in front of your customer. Adding little things like this is what the customers love. This is what can help you to finish the sale, right? You have a piece that it's very, very trendy in these days, but you added this specific part that no one else had. And this is what makes this customer feel special. So I really like when, you put this customization or this personalization on any design. On top of this, and to let the customer understand what you are designing, you can add just a hand, to look how this design will look like. And then finally, to have even a better idea on what he will get, you can go to the render and make a nice render so the customer will be able to see, how this ring will look like in his hand.
This is my favorite part of CounterSketch, and the customers love this thing, the virtual try-on feature.
Because you understand about renders and you know how cool this looks like, right? And it's very easy to even change the material. So just say that the center stone, I want something different. I can go, I don't know, maybe for an emerald. So I select an emerald. And now just from here, I add the accent stones. So the ring will be totally different in less than 20 seconds. And I will be able again to shoot another render. So the customer will have another picture now. And the customer will be able to compare these two different pictures. So this was the first one. And this is the second one, right? So it's the perfect tool to help you sell your jewelry. And now something that I want to show you, this will be one of the levels of customization that we have. But if we go to Stuller.com, that I have it here, and I look for the same design, that I can go directly here, and it was the 124131. I also will be able to see it in in Stuller, right? So this is another level of customization. You won't be able to go as far with CounterSketch, but still is a very, very good option to be in front of your customer and also make modifications on it. Something that I like to mention is the ever and ever. This is something that also it's another tool again that we offer to our customers to help them sell the jewelry. Why? Because what ever and ever is what we call the selling solutions. These are prototypes that match up what you see in the website. So let me go to the ever and ever page. And this is something that you can buy from a Stuller. And you have all these styles that you can find them in Stuller.com and in CounterSketch. So just imagine having all this, how powerful it is, right? So you can offer to the customer whatever he needs. You can go to CounterSketch to personalize. You can go to Stuller.com. But if he doesn't make himself an idea on what he's watching, you can drive him to the ever and ever and let him wear one of these rings that we have there. So we try to give you all the options so your customers are able to understand what will they get. And lastly, let me show you something else. I will go for another style. I will go for the 126161. This was one of the styles that also Katelyn was showing us. So something that you can also offer to your, not offer to your customers, but you can get from a Stuller is the modify this style. Because you may see this ring, you like what you see, but there are slight changes that you would like to get, but you don't want to go to CounterSketch because CounterSketch, it may be too much for you. You don't want to get any software. You just want to make some changes. You can go to modify this style. What this does once you log in is to bring you through different steps where you tell us what you want to change from this ring. And the CAD/CAM team will take care of all the changes that you want in that model. So this is very, very, very easy to use. It's very helpful because there are customers that the only thing that they want to do is take care of the final customer. They don't want to get into CounterSketch and start to do modifications. They want to keep focusing on the sales. So they want a Stuller to take care of everything. This is something that has been growing crazy in a Stuller because it's very, very easy to use and helps a lot when you are very busy on the sales floor. So I believe that I did like a lot of information very, very quick, but there is so much that sometimes it's not easy to put it in a few minutes. But I believe that I'm not missing anything. Katelyn, anything that you think I should mention?
No, I really think you covered it all. I think really the basis of it is really the power that you get when all of these things are combined. So when you have that ever and ever and you're combined with CounterSketch, kind of the power that you're able to offer your customers is really anything that they're asking for. So I think it's really amazing kind of how the systems all work together.
All right. So look, I'm super proud of have you both here. I believe that we gave a big overview of the wall of jewelry right today. So between South Asia and US, big countries on jewelry, I believe that without many styles and solutions that can help us depending on what you need. All right, look, it took 1 hour, but honestly, with all the information that we gave to everyone, it doesn't surprise me, right? So it has been a lot of information. Avinash, Katelyn, thank you. I really enjoyed today this session. I believe look, I have been a jeweler, and when I talk about jewelry, I get excited. So today we had an approach to many different worlds of jewelry. So thank you so much for helping us on this session today.
Of course. Thank you, Oriol. Your whole team has been amazing and extremely organized. So thank them for us as well.
Thank you. Avinash, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Oriol, and thank you so much for the whole Gemvision team, aside for organizing the event. It's fantastic. It's so good to be here.
All right, and to all the participants, thank you so much. If you need or you have still more questions, please gemvision.com, stuller.com. You can contact us from there by phone, by email. We will be more than happy to help you with any question that we have related to any of the sessions from the last 3 days. Again, from my side, it has been amazing to be with all these participants and with all the panelists. So I can wait. Well, let me get 1 week of holidays about Virtual Summit, but after this 1 week, let's start to work for the one of 2025. And for sure, that will be another amazing Virtual Summit. So thank you to all. Thank you so much, and see you next year.